Yo, what's good, YouTube? I'm back with another reaction video. I got a surprise for you guys, right? And it's kind of delaying because of the camera that I'm using, I'm guessing, right? So I can record my screen now, right? So the thing is, I can record my screen, but for some reason, let me throw that in the trash. For some reason, um, shit is like delaying and it's getting me tight, like it's bothering me. So I'm gonna record my screen right now. Okay, so what the hell was going on? So I'm gonna record my screen now. Alright, now it's recording. Okay, so I'm recording my screen now. Let's go and react to a video right now. The fuck? Hold up, I'm sorry guys. Okay.
Y'all gonna end up unemployed riding around in this pile of junk. You up?
Let me do this. So hopefully it's no commercial. And this is me actually testing this out right now. So if I'm, bear with me, alright? Alright. Alrighty. So I'm gonna react to this video. Hopefully it's nothing is delaying right now. So okay, so this video is by The Richness. Strange things done with human remains. Alright, let's get into it. I'll try to speak loud enough for you guys to hear me.
Where was the last place you saw a skull? If you're like most people, then you probably saw it on a poison label or in a movie about pirates starring a certain Mr. Depp. But what about a real-life human skull? Unless you're in the medical and research field, you probably haven't seen one. That said, throughout history and even today, skulls actually pop up in some of the strangest places. Whether they're decoration, entertainment, or even politics, skulls have been used by humans in some rather shocking ways. A chandelier. In the Czech Republic, there's a church that is right out of a horror movie. Officially known as the Sedlec Ossuary, most people just refer to it as the Bone Church.
Wow.
Inside the church is decorated with the remains of tens of thousands of people, mostly victims of the 14th century plague. Their skulls displayed on the walls and ceiling. Visitors quickly realize that this isn't your usual church. Featured prominently above is a chandelier made from bones. That skulls are used as strategically placed candle holders. It's all very creative, if not terribly shocking.
That's crazy.
Trophies. When we do well in a competition, we get a gold trophy or a medal. Some other people apparently get skulls. Throughout history, the skull of an opponent or enemy has been seen as the ultimate trophy. Archaeological digs in Mexico demonstrated that ancient Aztecs proudly kept and displayed the skulls of those sacrificed to the gods. Construction. When you want to build something, most people turn to the traditional building materials like wood, bricks, stone, or steel. Some ancient civilizations reportedly turned to less traditional materials. Archaeologists and researchers discovered at one ancient Aztec site that skulls came in handy. To be specific, the civilization took a bunch of skulls, bounded them together with mortar, and created a platform. A platform for what, you might ask? Well, a platform for displaying their trophy skulls, of course. Protest. If you've ever taken part in a protest, or even just watched one on TV, then you know that people bring all sorts of things to support the cause. From megaphones to signs, there are the usual things we're used to seeing. But what about skulls? In Haiti, protesters brought remains with them when opposing the elections in their country. Cameras actually caught protesters performing voodoo ceremonies with their skulls in the streets of Port-au-Prince, Haiti's capital. A children's ride. Since 1967, the Pirates of the Caribbean boat ride has been a fan favorite and even spawned a series of hit films. Yet for years it was understood that the skeletons and skulls used for the set were real. Apparently supplied by a medical school, the story goes that eventually most of the human remains were replaced with replicas. Most. Today it is still strongly believed that some of the bones are very real, including a skull mounted above a bed in one scene of the ride. A deterrent. Minefields, poison, trespassing, pirates, all these things often denoted with signs which feature a skull. But what about a real symbol of deterrence using actual skulls? It exists. If you travel to Nice, Serbia, you can see the rather creepy skull tower. Yes, it is a tower of real skulls.
Oh, no.
In the early 1800s, a Turkish general built the structure using the skulls of the rebels who rose up against the Turks in the area. It was meant as a rather grim reminder to citizens of the fate that should await them should they rebel. Cups. Many thousands of years ago, our ancestors didn't have the internet, microwaves, or cars, but they did have cups. How? Well, researchers in Britain came across a bunch of skulls that they say show early humans in the area were cannibals. Worse yet, when they were finished dining, evidence shows they would use the skulls as a cup to drink from. It's a find that shows our early ancestors were very practical, yet equally gruesome. Movie props. We've all probably seen an odd movie that has a human skull in it, though odds are this was a replica because, let's face it, no one really wants to be handling a real skull. Well, no one except artist H.R. Giger. In addition to his rather interesting artwork, Giger is probably most famous as the designer of the creatures used in the Alien movie series. Disturbingly, when designing the alien, the Swiss artist used an actual human skull as a part of the head, along with bits from a snake's vertebrae and cooling tubes from a Rolls-Royce.
That's
Art
crazy.
and exhibition.
Oh, yeah.
Skulls are not out of place in artwork, at least when it comes to paintings. Then there's the Fragonard Museum in France. Step inside and you'll find exhibits of anatomy, diseases, and skeletal structures by Honoré Fragonard. The standout is definitely the Horseman of the Apocalypse, a flayed human and horse that uses all the original bones, and you guessed it, the skull. It's fascinating and creepy at the same time, and looks like something you'd expect to see in Game of Thrones. Well, folks, thanks for watching our video.
Yo, that's crazy. Yo, guys, if you enjoyed that video, please smash that like button. Please subscribe to your kid. It's the boy, the chosen Pharaoh. Hit me up on my local sites. Way out, chat.